Good day to everybody watching this video session. We're going to design the Kivo hot pepper. Okay, we're going to design everything from scratch. So if you're a beginner, you are an intermediate, or you are an advanced level 2, you can still stick together because you're going to be learning some new trends and then pattern over here. First of all, to begin everything, we are just going to create a new blank document, and then I'm going to rename it as Kivo hot pepper. And then for the size, I'm going to take an inch, right? Inches. Then I'm going to use 2 inches and then 3 inches. For the resolution, we're going to take it at 300, and then we just move into our Canva. So now the Canva has been created already, right? We just have to make sure that we do some touches to this Canva, and then we start creating our design from scratch. So I may want to bring out my rulers to check my padding and then my margin as well. So these are my rulers. In case you don't understand anything but you just want to create this, you can watch the video step by step since it is still self-explanatory, and then I'll do my best to explain it into details. And then also, if you want to learn the sport very well, I have a bootcamp which takes you through the beginner to the advanced level of Photoshop. You can get the link in the description or the upper right corner, and then you will be fine if you go through everything. You are going to understand all the basics into Photoshop. Alright, so without much wasting time, let's just start our magic. Okay, so we are going to create our background. To create the background, we just have to make sure that we draw some rectangle, okay, on it. If you check the Kivo very well, if you have it, if you have the product, or if you have the design on your phone, you can check it out. Okay, so that is exactly what we are trying to do. For the color code, I may want to use exactly the same colors as the Kivo, right? So I am going to make sure that my colors match exactly with it. So if you are following, you can just punch in the same color code, right? For the orange part, the color code is hash, right? Hash has been provided already. So E641C, and then that is our orange for it. And then for the white, we all know it, right? So we are just creating everything from scratch. Alright, so this is what we've created so far. This will be our background for the Kivo. Alright, but if you check it very well, there are other elements on it. For example, we have some pattern background in it. I have created it already, not to waste time. So to do it, you just have to import it. So I just go to my file, and then I go to place embedded. Alright, then I just go to my file location. They are over here at downloads. Yes, Kivo artwork. So this is my pattern background, and I'm just positioning it inside. Great. So we use this pattern background as a clipping mask. How do we just do that? I'll just make sure that I insert it into the orange background. So I'll just hover my mouse on it, and then I'll press Alt, right? Alt. The moment I just press Alt, I double click or just single click, and then it creates a clipping mask. So the moment I create my clipping mask, I just have to reduce the opacity of it, right? So that it blends very well. So I just reduce my opacity to somewhere 50% is okay for me, 50%, but you may also adjust it a little, like 60, it's still fine. And then we may want to change the blending mode, right? So we just test the blending mode to see which of it works for it. With this one, you just have to do it manually to see the one which just suits your preferences. Any of them too is fine. So I think the overlay looks very well. It looks much catchy, but I may want to try other blending options too. In case I don't get any of them, then I'll come back to the overlay. And then it seems the vivid light is also cool. So we'll be checking between overlay and then vivid light. Okay. So right now, I think overlay and then vivid light. Let me just check overlay. So this is the overlay, and then this is the vivid light. overly vivid light. So I may want to go for the vivid light. Okay, you may want to choose any of which you think it's best for you. So I think it's okay now. It's okay for me now. I may want to clean it, okay, because when you check the artwork very well, it seems it has been it has been cleaned in some way. So I just have to rasterize the layer first because it is a smart object. To work on any smart object, you just have to make sure it is rasterized. Then we just click on our eraser. I just want the normal eraser, okay. So I just reduce the size of my eraser by just pressing on this key as you see on my screen. Alright, and then I just try to clean it. Alright, so it is actually cleaning. But if you want to adjust your eraser tool, you can actually increase the opacity and then the flow too as well, so that you don't waste much time cleaning. But the best way is to reduce your opacity and then the flow a little. So this looks best for me. It looks best for me. Then I'm able to clean very fast as compared to initially. So the next thing we have to do is to take our logo and then continue with our branding. Okay, so I may still want to import. Okay, so I just go to the file and then place embedded. Then um this is our Kivo logo. Right, I may want to do some adjustment to it because it doesn't suit exactly the way I want it to be. So I just remove the background by using the magic eraser. Alright, so I right click on the eraser and then I choose the option of just magic eraser. Then I just click over here. Great. If you have the artwork and then you are watching it very well, you can actually see that in the red part of the logo, they have something like pepper powder. You get it? And then there was a stroke on it. Because this logo isn't like that, we may want to modify it a little. So I would have to remove this red part of the logo and then recreate it myself. Is that okay? So to remove it, we have to use the laser tool or the pen tool. But I may want to use the laser tool since it will be a little bit faster over here. So I will just zoom in a little, you get it, and then I start cropping the red part out. Alright, so I'm done with it and then I'm deleting it. Great, so I have deleted it. I just have the Kivo only. I may want to reduce the size, but because I don't want to tamper with the quality, I'm converting it back to smart object. So I right click and then convert to smart object. Okay. Then I resize it by holding Alt so that I don't distort any of the shape, right? So this is it. I've positioned it over here, and then we are actually getting what we are supposed to get. I like it already. That is fine. And then let's just try to create the red part manually. Okay, so I just take my shape tool, the shortcut is U, and then I draw a rectangle. Okay, so this is my rectangle I've drawn over here. By default the color is black, but we will adjust it to red. So let me zoom in to get everything I'm doing perfectly. Alright, this is cool for me. It is alright. Let me zoom here too. Let me make sure it is actually the best thing I am doing. Great, so it is fitting now. So we may want to change the color to red already, right? Then for this color code, for the red, we may want to use the hash DA3, sorry, it's DA, right? DA3 and then 108, right? So this is the red I want us to be. That is fine. Then we may want to make sure that it is actually part of it. So I just took the layer below the logo layer, right? So this is what we are getting now. Great. And then since we have to make sure the border radius the right bottom border radius matches with the logo border radius, we may click on this object symbol over here. It is part of the properties. So I just click on it and then I would just tweak this side. Okay, I will tweak the side a little. Now it's fine. I think this is okay for me. If you want, you can adjust it to suit your preferences. So we are actually getting what we are supposed to be getting. Then I'm happy already. You get it. So now we can actually merge this thing together. Okay. So let me just check my auto select, and then I select everything by holding shift and then clicking. We can group it or we can merge it. Any of it will just work. It depends on how you just want to do it. So I may want to group it, and then after doing all my editing, I will just merge it to make moving around it so simple. Okay. So I'll do Control G to group it, and then that is fine. So I will just come here, and then I'm selecting everything inside. If you don't want to group it, let me just go back, and then you want to merge it, it is just Control E, and then everything merges together, right? You can see there is something like a border on it, so I'll just have to click over here, get it, and then I would just go for a stroke. The moment I go for a stroke, you can all see that I have a stroke for everything. You get it? That is what we are all looking for. But it seems the stroke was part of the blue, the green, and then it was also part of the red. So I am reversing it, right? So Control Z. I give a stroke independently for the green part, okay, for the green part of the logo. So I give a stroke to it. That is fine. And then I also give a stroke to the red part alone. So let me just copy this, and then boom, we have it already. That is very fine, and then I like it. So to continue with this thing, we have to write our hot pepper in it. But let me just merge everything, right? So I'm just merging the two of it. Control E. I selected it, and then I just did Control E. That is actually fine. So I'll just write pepper powder. Pepper powder. This font looks like a Montserrat to me. So I'm just using the Montserrat. Then I may want to use uppercase. So I just come to this side, then I just click on it. Then I choose um this symbol key. Great. And then it is actually all in uppercase. So I would reduce the horizontal distance a little bit. So it's -60. I don't like it. I just want something like 10. So I'll just input it to it by myself, 10. And that is fine. I'll reduce the size to a little, somewhere 14. It's still not good. So let me just take 10. Oh, actually 10 is fine, but we may still want to change it a little. Okay. So let me just try to adjust it by myself, and then we have the pepper powder in it. Already we are getting it professionally, just like how I just wanted it to be. So if I zoom out, that is what we have created so far, and then it looks exactly like the Kivo. So now let's continue. If you continue, we have a hot pepper, right? So since it is a Montserrat, I will just duplicate my text layer again. If I duplicate, I will use either Control J, you get it, that is fine, I'm reversing it, or Alt and drag. Most of the time I use Alt and drag since it makes me much efficient. When you check the hot pepper very well, you can see that in the whole part of the pot, there is actually a pepper in it. You get it? So I have the pepper over here. Let me just put it again, and I'll just go to place and bring it. Every part of this images will be included in the link. So you are just going to get everything. Don't worry about it. So I have the it is still loading. Wait, it is in now. So let me just try to um put it on top of it. You get it. The shortcut for putting something on top is actually Control Shift and then the curly bracket. Okay, that is fine. So I'm just trying to reduce the size a little bit. That is cool for me. That is cool. And then when you check this my image, it looks like it is the same image, but it isn't how it has been positioned. So I just Control T to transform it. Then I just go to flip horizontal. Great. This is how it looks on the product. So I just do it the same, and then I just have to change this to hot pepper. So I just change it to hot pepper. Okay, great. And then I just position it very, very well. Here is good, but let's make adjustment to our hot. Okay, the zero is not supposed the O is not supposed to be that. Okay, sorry for saying zero. So I'll just have to draw a shape, which is a circle, and then to get it in the right size or the right shape, I just have to hold shift, okay, and I just drag. I get my circle. Great. And then I will change the color to white. I am saying it one more time. Maybe you didn't hear it initially. If there is something you still don't understand, I have more videos which is actually a bootcamp from scratch, teaching you everything, every tool with Photoshop. You can actually get the link in the description and then watch it. You'll be very, very fine. Now let's create a clipping mask. Okay. Now this is my ellipse tool. I'll just move it up, and then to make things easier, I may want to double click here and then change it to hot circle, right? So that I can just recognize it almost all the time. Then I'll just alt and then click. Now it is in. Okay. So I reduce the size of the pepper in it one more time. I'm reducing the size again. Let's just reduce the size. Great. Then it's fine. For now, it's fine. So I just want to insert it back into it. So I select everything, and then I uncheck my auto select so that I may not want to tamper with what I've done already, and then I insert it. And it has been inserted so perfectly, just like the way I wanted it to be. And then I can just see we are making progress already. Right. I just want it to be in the middle. So I just select everything. Yes. Oh, I don't want that. So it's hot. Let me just send it up. Okay. And then I just group it. Control G to group. Then I put it in its center. Now let's come to the main image. Right. For the main image, it was rather unfortunate you didn't get exact image, but since it is an artwork, you may still have some image which may do the same thing. I think the images over here were just taking a picture. They just did a photo shoot for it personally so that they can just use it for their product. So I searched throughout the web and then I couldn't get the exact image, but I still had some images we may be working with. Okay, so I'm just placing embedded, and then I have my napkin over here. We'll be working with it. So let me just import that. Great. Then it has been imported already. Let me resize it a little. Alright, so it has been resized here. Great. And then let me bring my powdered pepper picture. So I also go in and I place embedded. So my powdered pepper here, it's over here. And then it also come. Wow, it has been scented very, very well on it. But we may still have to do some adjustment. Okay. So that it looks so professional. We are not doing any freak work, so we just have to make sure that what we are doing is actually in a good standard. That is what a good graphic designer should do. So I'm just trying to adjust everything very well. It's rather unfortunate we didn't get the exact image, but we are still getting what we should be doing. Do you get what I'm trying to mean? Yes, we are almost done with our artwork. The moment you are done with this, we have to convert it into the 3D so that you can also advertise it, because most of the time customers are not interested in 2D artworks. Let's introduce our hot pepper with fire over here, and then our double hot pepper, right? So that is what we are doing now. So we are importing our hot pepper, and then it is the same image over here. Great. So I will just adjust it a little, and then I will just position it over here. Let me just reduce the size a little. Great. So I'm reducing the size, then we just position it very well. um this is fine, this is fine. Since we didn't get the right picture of the pepper, it is trying to cause um some confusion over here, but we are still managing to make everything go through, and then it is fine. It is looking so good. You can see there was 100% natural on it. So you just have to do the same 100% natural. You would have to pay close attention to this because it entails some, get it right. So I just type my 100% um, natural, and then I'll just change the okay, the font is actually fine. The font is fine. So over here, I just you can see where I'm hovering. There's a warp text, right? Warp text. So I'll just, before I just work with the warp text, let me position the 100% natural. Let me uncheck the auto select. Okay, let me position the 100% natural on it very well so that I don't tamper with anything. And then I just want to reduce the size. Okay, so let me just reduce the size to somewhere 5 is okay. Let me see 5. Oh, 5 is fine. Actually, the size you are working on is 3 by 2, so 5 wouldn't be a problem. Okay, 5 isn't a problem at all. And then you will just have to make sure that it looks so curvy, just like how it appears on the product. You get what I'm trying to mean. I still select it again, get it. So let me just select it by highlighting it first, get it, control E, and then I go to this which we spoke about it. Then I just go to arc, right? So you just have to position this down here. The arc shouldn't be up, right? It should be facing down. So I just reduce it a little, and then we are getting it already. This is fine already. And then because this side of the pepper is so small, you may want to distort it horizontally, right? So we get something like this. I think that is exactly what we saw on the product. So this is fine. Okay. And then we may want to reduce the size a little bit too as well. So we hold alt, and then we just adjust it, and we get our 100% natural on it. And I'll just want to adjust it a little bit, and then yeah, we actually get what we want to get on the product. So let's come back to our main image. All right, that is our one of our focus. So with this image, I would like to create a shadow under the bow. Right, there is a shadow, so I like to create a shadow under the bow to make it somehow realistic. So I select this, you get it, that is the bow, and then I go to the shape tool, that is the shortcut is to you, and then I draw an ellipse tool. Right, this time around I take it in an oval form, and then this is the shadow we are creating. Let me just uncheck my auto select. Most of the time I uncheck it so that I can work with it efficiently. The shadow is rather covering the bow, but it should be below the bow. So you get it. So we work with our layers by dragging it down the bow, right? Great. And then it is now below the bow. This shadow doesn't look well. We want to make it blurry. So we go to the filter, and then we move to blur, and then we come to the Gaussian blur, and then we rasterize it, right? Great. And then we just change the radius a little, and then it's great now. Great, you can see the shadow. Let me just position it down a little bit, and then it is working so perfectly for me. I like the shadow. Now let us introduce our two pepper. All right, our two pepper. So I'll just have to import it again. As I said, all the images are provided in the link, so we don't have to re-download them. They are all already there. Great. So let me just work with it very well. I reduce the size, get it. and then I bring it down a little bit. Let me just rotate it a little bit, and then I'm getting what I wanted to do. But there are two, you get it. So I will duplicate it. Right, you get it. It seems it is behind the bow, so I just bring it up, get it, so that it will just be in front of the bow. That is fine. And then let me just duplicate it. I said Control G or Alt drag, and most of the time I use Alt drag. So I've been able to duplicate it, right? And then it looks good for me. You may want to adjust it to see how you want it to be. It is all fine. Graphic design is an art, so you just have to do whatever you feel like it's best for you. Now we just have one last thing to do on this before we change this into our excellent mockup, right? So it is the FDA number, right? So we just take our typography tool or our text tool, and then we just write FDA slash, it's white, that's why you can see it. I'll change it to black when I'm done. Then we have SC slash sorry hyphen 20 hyphen 141. Then let me just change it to black. That is so fine. But the C is actually smaller, so I select it, and then I come to this icon over here, and then I'll just uncheck the uppercase, and then it becomes lowercase. So I can now say we are done with our 2D artwork. But as I said, customers are not interested in it. They want to see how the real artwork is going to be. So in the part 2 of this section, we will be talking about how to convert this artwork into the 2D. If this sorry into the 3D. If this video was helpful, then give it a thumbs up and then subscribe, so that whenever I upload a new recording video, you are going to be notified first. Stick together with me as we move into the part 2 of this. We have a lot to study, and then also remember that if you don't have the right skills or you've not learned it or have a bootcamp for it, just move into the description section and then click on the playlist for the Photoshop bootcamp, and then you'll be perfectly fine. See you in the next session.